for Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's how like this whole call came about, to see like what we made our first year as coaches when we had started coaching. So if you have those slides up, I feel like we need to like just explain how ridiculously doable this is.
It is. It is. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit share, and we're going to kick this off. So all right, friends. So tonight we want to talk about this idea of cash for Christmas or holidays, whatever you celebrate. But we're going to really dive into both how Katie and I have done that through the holidays. And we're going to use ourselves as the real life example, because we did it, and we're going to show you how we did it. And it was kind of fun to go through. And as I was pulling up my numbers today, I was clicking on the breakdown, and I was looking at what it was that people purchased and how I got there. And so I'll share a little bit. We'll each share a little bit about that today. So before we do that though, we're going to each talk to you a little bit about your ideal holiday, because we're going into it's just busier during this time of the year, right? You've got parties and things, you're traveling, you're visiting family, and you've got Christmas shopping and decorating, and just life just is busier. You know, I'm going a million miles a minute. But we all sort of have this vision of how we want to spend our holidays. And I can remember clear as day before I started coaching, just how our holidays were. And I'll explain a little bit about my holiday and what it looked like. So when Matt and I I couldn't find any pictures. It's crazy. I tried to go back to 2011 to pull our first Christmas, and I couldn't find it. It wasn't on my phone. I can't find it on my computer. So these are not my 2011 pictures, but Landon was 2.5. Bryce was about 11 months old at that time. They were itty bitty little peanuts. We were living in our 3-bedroom townhouse just on the other side of town. And prior to that Christmas season, I had started my Beachbody business in July of that year, July of 2011. And every year, Matt and I would argue. We would set a budget. I remember us sitting at the kitchen table, and we would make a list of everybody we had to buy presents for. And I remember the sheet of paper, and we would write down, okay, we would divide $500 divided by the number of people that we had to buy for. And that is how much we were allowed to spend on Christmas gifts that year. And it was strict. We did not have any fluff in that budget whatsoever. We had to stick to it. And so I, being the rebellious person that I am, I didn't stick to it very well. And I always overspent because I wanted to buy people what I wanted to give them. Not that shirt because it was on sale or because I could buy one and get one free. Like I don't want to just get somebody a gift to get them a gift. I wanted to give them what I wanted to give. And that was a stressor. And we would wake up on Christmas morning and we would open our gifts, but it was just this, like, you could just feel that looming like anxiety about, okay, as soon as Christmas is over and all the bills start coming in, we're not going to have any extra money. We're not going to be able to eat out. We're not going to do anything fun in January. We're just going to struggle. And our number one argument in our relationship was money, was financial. Everything circled, all of our arguments were financial. I'm a spender. He's a saver. It just didn't work so well there at the beginning. But so when Beachbody came into my life, I really began to say, my gosh, people are like, they're rocking this business. They're taking these vacations, they're earning these trips, and they're making money. And I thought, okay, I am 6 months, a few months in, actually not even 6 months. I was 4 months into the business. And I thought, if I could earn enough money to pay cash for our holiday gifts this year, that would be the most incredible blessing. And so I wrote on a sticky note that I will earn $500 cash for Christmas. And I stuck it on my laptop screen, just right off to the right-hand side. And then I did this activity where I actually visualized myself earning that $500. And I visualized my little boys walking down the steps on Christmas morning and coming into the living room and seeing the presents. And I visualized their smile. And I visualized the joy that Matt and I would have, and the sense of peace, a sense of calm that we would have knowing that there was nothing on the credit card. We didn't have a bill to pay. We could fully be present in the moment and make memories with our family, and we wouldn't have added stress. And I had complete control over that. And so every morning when that alarm would go off at 5 a.m. and I would drag myself out of bed, that's the first thing I would think about. I am doing this so that I can earn the extra income over the holidays. And that was so tangible. That was so in my control. I could do that. And that was what got me out of bed, their little faces. I visualized that and I got to work because I knew that I could make it happen. And so I did. I actually surpassed that. I didn't realize I did until looking back now, and I'm going to share that with you. But I created that vision for myself. And that vision is what carried me through when I got objections, when I heard no 1,000 times, or, when I was having a rough day or the kids were keeping me up at night. It was that vision of what was possible is what kept me going. And it's what was a super huge catalyst to just building a really huge following year in my business. All right. So that's a little bit about my story.
Sure. So if you want to scroll down, you can kind of see mine. So this I did actually find in the archives of all of my pictures. I did find for my first Christmas as a Beachbody coach. So my goals as a Beachbody coach were never to leave my full-time job as a teacher. I loved what I did, but I was really tired of heading to the grocery store and always having to cross my fingers and hope that there was enough in the bank account that I wouldn't have to charge it. And so my big goal, I didn't have these big visions and dreams of what, like financial freedom or like building a dream home. Like literally, I was just trying to get the groceries paid for. And to me, that was my big goal. That was my big dream. So my very first Christmas as a coach, I had been in the business for about 7-8 months, and I was very much part-time. I was not working this full-time. I did not have full-time to give to it, but I was able to be very focused on setting goals, intentional goals for myself. And so I remember having the conversation with Mike and saying, I really would love to pay cash for Christmas. Like I would really like to be able to walk away in January and know that we didn't put any more on the charge account. Like we didn't have to charge anything. And I was like, and then I really want to be able to just enjoy the end of the year and go to the cabin and relax. So I didn't just set a goal for myself in terms of income. I set a goal for our family, like this idea of peace and not hustling and not being busy, but taking like 3 or 4 days off to be at the cabin. And so on that particular Christmas, my husband and I actually set up my son Nick's bedroom. And he had been in the nursery at the time, and we behind the scenes were creating his brand new bedroom. And on Christmas morning, we had the door all wrapped. It was wrapped in paper, and we had talked about how Santa Claus had something very special behind that door. And when he opened the door, he saw his brand new bedroom that the elves had created for him. And it was the Cars theme. You can kind of see a picture. And what really happened behind the scenes of that bedroom was the cost of what it is to create that dream bedroom. So the bedding and the paint and all of the fixings that go along with it. And I paid for all of that with my Beachbody income. And my goal, I really have to express this, I was a full-time teacher. It was not to be a top coach in the organization. It was not even an understanding that it was possible to leave my job as a teacher. My big goal was to get the groceries paid for. And in doing that, I was able to set Christmas goals for myself, which is exactly what Melanie and I are going to walk through with you today. And I also wanted to share the photo bomb of my dog in the second picture, because that was a little into the business for a little over a year. And that Christmas, that next Christmas, 1 year into it, I was able to extend my maternity leave to be home with my son, Dom. And that was our big Christmas goal the next year. So I have to tell you, before I went into actually setting the goal for myself, I knew what I wanted the holiday to look like, right? So I knew exactly what I wanted it to look like when my son opened that door and saw what the elves and what Santa Claus had done for him. Like, I knew exactly what it would feel like when I walked into the Christmas farm, the Christmas tree farm, and to pay cash for the Christmas tree that I had earned with my income. And I knew what it would look like on December 27th when we went to the cabin for a couple of days, and I was just hanging out with my family, and I was just relaxing and chilling because I knew that I had done everything in my power to really just provide. And that was a big deal for me. And it wasn't in a big, grand way. There was nothing crazy about the Christmas presents that year, but it was because we did Christmas on our terms, and we did it without having to charge a credit card. And I want you to think about that for a minute, right? And I want you to think about all of this pressure you put on yourselves to like sell challenge packs or be everything to everyone, or to slay it over here and then crush it in your day job over there. And really, when you scale it all back and you say, like, what does success feel like and what does it look like? And when I create that vision for myself emotionally, how do I just feel? Like, what does my heart feel like? What is it going to look like on Christmas morning when my kids are under that tree and I know that I help provide for that holiday? Or what does it feel like when you're able to hand the man at the Christmas tree farm cash that you earned because you were helping other people achieve their goals? And I look at that and I think back to those first couple years, and every year since, like, just what an abundant blessing it has become. But it started so small, seemingly insignificant. And just the goal of setting $500 that first year, and how much that truly changed my life. So if you want to scroll down, Melanie, I feel like that's where we kind of want to talk about that first year, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Why don't you break down yours a little bit? Because it's very comparable. Like, did you notice this?
I did. I was like, wow, we really were like super right on target, like with each other. Sure. So we both took kind of the same timeline. It was like the last week of October to the end of December. And so if I look at my total, so this is the total amount of money, and this would be, so I started July of 2011, and this was October of 2011. So it wasn't very far into my coaching career. And I was making, you can see I made a total of $2,519.58. All right. That was obviously way above what I had thought that I needed for that holiday season, right? For that $500. Now, what I did was I went through and I clicked on all of the blue hyperlinks, because it gives you a breakdown of where that money comes from. And so when you click on that, you'll see Fast Start, you see commission bonuses, and then if you are Emerald and above, you may start to begin to see Team Cycle. And so when I was adding it all up, there were very few Team Cycle bonuses. I didn't have a very big team. I was just beginning to grow. I did have some Fast Start bonuses, but and the Fast Start bonuses is from coach signups, right? That sign up with a challenge pack. That's where the Fast Start shows up. But I literally myself was able to contribute $2,201.50. Me. That was my customer purchases that people purchased, or new coaches that signed up out of that $2,500. And I think that's so important to point out, is that you have total control over this, right? As the business owner, and the amount of, challenge packs or Shakeology. When I looked at this, the amount of Shakeology orders that went through was crazy. It was Shakeology HD orders, reoccurring orders. It was one-time orders. It was challenge pack sales. But that is what was showing up. And we didn't even have near the kind of product that we have today. So that was so cool to see what is actually possible in a short period of time when you put your mind to something.
Yeah, exactly. And mine was the same layout. So commissions are sales. So just so we're clear, this is not like including what we make for matching bonuses and Team Cycle bonuses. This was truly just the commissions that we make in sales. So when I look at that, I think to myself, as a side gig, as somebody who at that time was working 2 hours a day, possibly 3, I was able to provide $1,800 for my family that first Christmas. So the breakdown is over 9 weeks. And if you'll notice, that 9 weeks is basically starting what will be next week's pay, if not like this week's pay, right? So if you're sitting here saying to yourself like, oh, like I just don't know if I can do that, you can. You actually could. If you really set your mind to setting $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 by Christmas, this is complete proof. We did not have the following that we have now. We did not have the team that we have now, and this doesn't even count our organization in that. We did not have, a high customer base at the time. We were brand new to the organization. So what we did have, though, that I would say carried us was really a vision of being able to enjoy the holidays without having the stress. Yeah. I mean, that really was what carried a lot of this first Christmas commissions.
Yeah. So I think, too, as you're thinking, if you're looking at this, the one thing we want you to do, and we'll talk about it at the end, is we want you to actually create that vision for yourself in great detail. As you close the night, I mean, even as you're looking at your business activity tracker and you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm tired, it's time to go to bed, but I haven't accomplished the things on my tracker. It's a simple decision to say, oh my gosh, well, that holiday, that vision of what I want to create in great detail, how I want to spend my time, who I want to spend it with, what I want to be able to provide, the memories I want to make. I should hunker down. I should do the rest of the work. That's the work that matters. That's the work that's going to get me there. And so it's creating it, write it out, journal it tonight before you go to bed. If you have to cut out pictures and put them on a white piece of poster board and tack that up on the wall, whatever is going to emotionally move you, your vision has to make the hair on your arm stand up and propel you into action. Because if it doesn't, you won't be motivated to make that change.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And then Candace, I actually really think you should talk about your financial goals, because number one, these are your goals that are in your control. This is actually a commission-based goal because it's what you're doing. It's what you're selling. It's the impact that you're making outside of just your organization. So when you're sharing with your team what you're doing, they have the opportunity to then produce the same results because you're sharing what you're doing along the way and showing them just how possible it is. Mm-hmm. And then as for sharing it with people who maybe aren't in your organization yet, absolutely talk about setting this goal for yourself to create this commission and why you're doing it and how you're doing it and how this opportunity is allowing you to do it and how it is hard work and you're excited about doing the hard work because you know it's worth the work.
Yes, absolutely. People are going to be inspired about you achieving that goal. People are going to be inspired as they see you, and we're going to talk about it, color in those little squares they're going to watch that. And there is people out there that need this. They don't even know that this opportunity exists, and they're walking into Target or Kohl's thinking about getting a job over the holidays. So this is the time to also talk about this as another income opportunity for
Love
you.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk to you guys a little bit about let's break it down, because I know we've got coaches on here that are newer. So this is basic, and then we're going to walk you through some strategy, right? I kind of went into my archives of what I did and looked at old stuff, and this is what we're going to kind of share with you, and then we're going to bring it into 2019 social media wise, right? So we're going to show you a few outdated pictures, but we'll give you some guidance on it.
You should show them that amazing picture. I think I have it. I might. I forgot all about it till right now. It's so bad.
You do have it on your text message.
Oh my God. Her assistant dug it out, and I was like, that is the most classic picture ever. Don't ever post like that. I don't even know how
It was like 2014. I mean, it was
so bad. It was great. I loved it. I'm going to blast it out there somewhere. Look for it, guys.
Okay. So here's how you find where to earn your commissions. This is just a simple, you can actually print this PDF out if you want to keep it in a binder, throwing notebook, whatever, or you can refer to it. But if you actually go into your Coach Online office, you click on that support tab, forms and documents, and then the Team Beachbody price list. It's separated out by UK, US, and Canada. Mm-hmm. So that's a great way for you to be able to see what commissions you earn, how much the product costs, what the PV is associated with it. But that's where you can find that. If you're wondering, how do I even get to that goal? This is just a way for you to kind of flip through and see what's earning, how much commissions you're earning on the things that people can purchase from your site.
You know what else is super helpful too, now that I'm thinking about it? If you actually really listen to your challengers' needs and you're aware of the product catalog, you can start to actually make suggestions based on their needs of other products that we have. So for example, I was having this one client who was really having some digestive issues. And so I was like, you know what? Why don't you try the detox? And so she ordered the detox, loves it, drinks it every day. If you are maybe somebody who knows you have clients who are on the go all the time and they're like, I forgot to grab a snack on my way out the door. You're like, you have to keep Beach Bars in your purse. Mm-hmm. You know, like you just start to know your clients' needs and their biggest pain points. And then when you are familiar with what is outside of the catalog in terms of just Shakeology or, you know, just the performance line, because there isn't a complete catalog of products for our clients. Mm-hmm. So just knowing their needs is also going to help you as well. So yeah, cool. All right, do you want to talk about game plan? Because we're going to make it so simple. And so I just kind of created these ideas, like the things that I'm thinking about. So the very first thing that I want you to do is I want you to actually just create your little thermometer, right? And I actually want you to write, like, what's your goal? Like if you could say on Christmas morning or the payout after Christmas, whatever it might be, what you want to earn. And not just like playing it safe kind of goal, because those are super cute, but we don't want to be cute. We want to be real, right? So what is the goal that would make you feel like when you wake up on Christmas morning that you were a part of creating that? Like not just, you just did it with your passion. Like you did it with this side gig, or you did it what's becoming your full-time gig, or you bought everything that when you went shopping at Home Goods, you spent cash. Like that's crazy to think you could spend $1,000 in Home Goods and you're like, I got this. Like whatever that income goal is that you have and you want to be able to bring to the table. You want to be able to know whether it's just Christmas gifts, or it's a donation that you love making every year, or it's what you give on Christmas Eve, or it's something that you do that provides for local families, and you know it's a monetary goal. Set that. Like set that goal, whatever it might be, and then think about like how it's going to help you. Think about the feeling it will look like when, those January credit card bills come in. You go, I got this, babe. Like I totally got this. This is no problem. Mm-hmm. Or think about what it's going to look like when in January you can still go out to dinner because you don't have to have that no spend rule. What is it going to feel like on Christmas morning when you're drinking your, cup of coffee or your mimosa and you're just smiling at your spouse because you've got him the gift that he never thought that you would get him because you knew it was a little bit of an expense? Or what is it going to feel like when your kids open those presents and you wrapped up the gift that your child really, really wanted, and have that vision, right? Mm-hmm. And in there, like you're going to have to set, like, what does that goal look like? What is the money going to cost? Like, what is that going to monetarily, what are you going to have to provide? And so set that goal. And then we're going to work backwards. And Melanie's going to help us do that. She's already created our marketing strategy for us. So really all it is going to be action. But the first thing, create that vision. Think about what the season means to you and what your January after your Christmas is going to look like. And this is what I've always done. I have done it, in the goals I've set for Beachbody. I've done it like sitting in a chemo chair. I have always taken this goal, and I have the big vision of where I want to go. I know exactly what it feels like. I know what it looks like. I can taste it. I just know what it is. And I sort of close my eyes and then I blur it out. I just blur it out because I still know that it's there. It's just a little bit out of focus. And my focus instead is on what's right in front of me. It's as if you are driving a car and you know what's in the distance and you know where you need to go and you know exactly where it's at. But instead of focusing on what's in the distance, you're instead focused right on the mile marker right in front of you. Those small, seemingly insignificant steps that are going to get you one step closer to where you want to go. And so break it down. And so over the next 9 weeks, if you have set that goal for $500, for $1,000, for $2,000, and we're not crazy talk right now. Like, this is actually very, very doable. What's it look like on a more weekly basis? And don't get married to the weekly goal. What's nice about weekly goals is you'll notice that it's never going to be exactly the same. Right? So 1 week, and you'll notice even in Melanie and the screenshots we did, if you want to go back for a second just to show them that, Mel, if you go back to our screenshots, look at how different our week to week is. Like, I had 1 week that was $600, 1 week that was $76. They were not all the same. Melanie had one $400, and the week before that, or 2 weeks before that, she had a $30 paycheck. So you guys have to take perspective and say, oh my gosh, this is incredibly, incredibly doable. Don't worry about it being the same every week, but still set that goal. And you focus on that weekly goal instead of the overall 9-week goal. So say you set it for $2,000, break it down in 9 weeks. What is the average that I want to have each week? And then you can say, what do I need to sell this week to make that goal happen? And when you break it down by week, you're like, this is totally doable. This is actually easy. There's nothing standing in between me and where I want to go.
Yep.
You can go back to that. Sorry, I just wanted to show them, like, it's not the same ever, right?
Yep.
So then be intentional with your time. It's the holidays. I enjoy my holidays thoroughly. I spend a lot of time with my family. I travel a lot. I am with my kids. And I love every second of it. I was the same way when I was teaching full time. I didn't have more time, but I was really intentional about it. You know that our upline, Miss Mitro, is amazing at time management. She has tons of videos, whether it's blocking it out. I know she's going to have a podcast that's coming out all about time blocking. So you know that you can be incredibly intentional about your time. Just break it down. Just break it down, knowing exactly what you need to do on any given day. Get in, do the things, and then get out. And then put it into writing, break it down weekly. And I use the Rise Up Planner, whether you use a tracker, whatever you use, write down what you want to do weekly, break it down, break down your goal. And then look at the time of year. Lean into whatever this time of year is and the opportunities that are open. So for us, that's the Peppermint Mocha Shakeology that is coming out on the 1st. Lean into that. Bar is coming out. Lean into that. Beachbody On Demand, actually December is our highest month in terms of renewals for our subscriptions. Lean into that. 3-day refresh. Listen, I don't know about you, but Halloween is on Thursday, which means that I will have a major, major sugar detox coming to me on like Friday. So I think you need to recall that most of our clients are feeling the same exact way. Lean into all of that's all opportunity. That's not, oh my gosh, it's Christmas, no one's buying anything. They're actually giving you multiple opportunities for people to want to work with you. Mm-hmm. And be creative about it. Schedule events or parties, or do a fit workout or a turkey burn. And then think about anything that's really appropriate for the season where you can actually get together with people and build it into the calendar, because that type of thing is what people want to see. Maybe go to the grocery store, take people shopping after Thanksgiving, and talk about like things that you can eat to make sure that you're still enjoying the season, but you also have really healthy snacks in there as well. And play around with that. It's a season of gratitude. It's a great opportunity to run challenge groups that aren't focused on getting or losing 20 pounds, but are focused on your healthy mindset. Be intentional with the holidays. I don't know what child that was, but I think it was at your house, but I'm not really sure.
It's my house. They're watching the Steelers game.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead to the next one and you can go into the marketing plan for them. And it's all done for you. Like Melanie actually created this entire marketing plan. I'm literally going to take this, I'm going to break it down by day, and then I have my next 2 months basically covered.
It took me a lot of time actually to make that calendar. I was like copying and pasting and moving things. And so, yes, anyways, I'm sure it needs a little bit of fixing, but honestly, I took a step back. This is what I did. And this is what I like to do. And I put November and December on here for you. And I went through and I looked at the Coach Online office. I went to the FAQ. I know that Peppermint Mocha launches on Friday, which is just 4 days away, which is hard to believe. And people love seasonal flavors. So that's an easy thing to talk about, right? So I've got that on there. My game plan is I actually sent an email out today to my current customers, my Beachbody customers, or anybody that's ever inquired about any program before, because I have everybody on a list. And I just let them know that on Friday this was launching, and I had a little pre-order form that I created super quick that just basically says I'm interested. And then on Friday, I will still send another email out to the whole list again, giving them the link to order. That's something easily you can work on and set up and send that out and talk to people about Peppermint Mocha. I came at it from the angle of every year I like to put mint extract in my Shakeology because I like that festive flavor. So I talk about the fact that I don't have to do that I have this Peppermint Mocha shake, and it's going to save me a lot of money in the Starbucks drive-through with all the lattes as well. So this is a great thing to talk about. Also, we kind of talked about, Katie and I talked about doing, and we are going to do it. We're going to put this together, but like a pop-up party on Monday, because we know traditionally people want to do a refresh. They want to get rid of that candy. You're going to see, we're going to start talking about this post-Halloween candy detox, like getting it out of the house, all of the parties, all of the cocktails, all of the food this week, because people that love Halloween, like they're just in the moment. So on Monday, we're going to do this like Facebook pop-up group that basically goes over the different products we have to offer. We're going to really leverage the 3-day refresh. We're going to talk about other products. We're definitely going to talk about Peppermint Mocha, but it's all going to be focused on getting sales. And with that, right, happening on Monday, I'm like, perfect. I can then invite those people that buy something, even if they don't purchase a full challenge pack, right? But if they buy a box of Shakeology packets or the 3-day refresh, I want them to have a place to go. And so the cut the sugar, the detox is going to be 3 weeks. And so I thought, perfect. I can start that on the 11th, which means I can kind of do my prep and get people ready and really market that next week, all next week. And what I can do is that will run perfectly between now and Thanksgiving. So I can do just a group that is focused on just getting rid of the sugar and how that feels and how your body feels when you eat processed foods. We can do the refresh. We can do bod workouts. We can do, people can pick whatever they want, or we can do the same. So that is when that's going to happen, is on the 11th. So I am going to be spending time this week getting those things ready. Okay. So I don't want to be on the defense. I want to be on the offense. So I have some time to plan. So if you have an extra hour or some time over the weekend, you can start getting your stuff created. Okay. This is my detox. And then I have my holiday survival guide group. That is always the group. I run the same group every year. I like the title of it because I don't want people to feel like, and this is an objection you're going to get, I don't want to start anything till the new year. I don't want to be restricted. I don't want to have to, I want to go to the parties and I want to have the cocktails. Fine. I'm going to give you the holiday survival guide. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a balanced holiday season. You're still going to be able to enjoy some cocktails. I'm going to give you some cleaned up alternatives, some healthier appetizers and recipes and travel tips and mindset tips. Maybe the holidays stress you out. And so this is all about surviving without sort of falling off, like taking the wheels completely off of the wagon. But I know that if I want to start that holiday survival guide on December the 2nd, I can't start talking about it on Thanksgiving Day and think I'm going to fill up that group. All right. I got to give myself 2.5 weeks. And I actually gave myself a little bigger of a window because I know, and listen to me when I say this, are you guys listening? Over Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, radio silent on social media. Doesn't mean that they're not scrolling. They're just, people aren't as interactive, right? So I know that I still got to show up and lead by example, but I know that I just have to expand my window just a few more days because I just know that people aren't going to be like there. Okay. They aren't necessarily going to be. And I even know, even on Black Friday, I'm decorating my house. Right? So I'm also not on social media a lot on that day. So I take those kinds of trends into account. Okay. So I'm going to advertise for my holiday group. This is how I'm going to get all of my Success Club points, all of my commissions within the month. You can see how I spaced it out to try to have income coming in every single week. Peppermint Mocha the first week, that pop-up party, we're talking about the detox, then we're advertising for Holiday Survival Guide. Then, if we look down here, this is Thanksgiving week, Thanksgiving Day. This is one of the most impactful things. I'm so sorry about my kids, guys. My family is like diehard Steelers fans, so I am sorry. But especially over a holiday, if you really lean into your nutrition and fitness during this time and you show up on social and you talk about cleaned up recipes, you share the balance, you share you getting up and doing a workout on Thanksgiving Day or the day after or when you're traveling, that stuff really sticks with people that follow you. It really inspires them to make a change. And so don't ever look at the fact that social media is quiet or, oh, I'm on vacation. Like, don't check out. You can document and show people what you're doing to still live that balanced lifestyle. I promise you, it's really going to resonate with your audience. So Thanksgiving Day, do your thing, do your workout, share it on stories, go do your family stuff, like hang out, have a great time, but be ready for Friday because Friday is a great day to do like a Black Friday challenge pack sale. I've always done this where I give a part of my commissions or I give an Amazon gift card or a gift card of some sort to anybody that buys a challenge pack on that Friday. Or you could do just Shakeology HD or a 3-day refresh challenge pack. You could have a couple of different options. And I create my own Black Friday sale that I get all ready in an email and I send it out that Black Friday morning or even Thursday night, because we know that everybody starts to shop on Thursday night. You can even have it set up, scheduled, and ready to go. And then I post about it in my stories. And you can even make a feed post about this Black Friday sale. Make it exclusive. Say that you only have a couple, maybe you only have 3 packages that you're offering or 5 offers available, and you talk about it, you go live, and you run your own Black Friday sale. So that's something that has always helped me sort of get people kind of over the hump because people love a good deal and they love a good sale. I do the same thing on Saturday. It's Small Business Saturday. I always talk about the coaching opportunity on Saturdays. So in the past, I have made these business starter kits, and basically it's just like they're Success Club system trackers. You could print out 9 of them from now until the end of the year. You could even, we have a little like getting started guide you could print out. You can get them their book for the compound effect that they're going to read first, and maybe a journal or a planner, and that could be your new coach starter kit. And anybody that signs up to be a coach on that day is going to get this new coach starter kit and access to your mentorship program or the team or whatever, however you want to word it, one-on-one accountability, one-on-one mentorship, and access to your challenge group. Right? So I create these little promotions myself that I am going to market on my social media, in my email, and in my stories. Okay. The next one that I do is Cyber Monday. So I will do the same kind of thing. And sometimes Beachbody does throw in some additional things as well. I always like to sort of have my own thing in my back pocket just in case they don't decide to do one. But Cyber Monday is another good one. You can throw in another sale in there as well. You can maybe want to feature some specific products, or maybe this is 3-day refresh would be great to promote right there too. Again, post turkey burner, workout. And now we're really getting ready for our holiday survival guide group to kick off. I even wrote a little note here about email my customers and prospects, because guess what? We have on the 3rd of December, chocolate almond beach bar launch. And Katie was just talking about the snack bars in your pocket, right? When you're busy and you're running a million places, it's a great time to talk about a new flavor, and they're vegan. So it gives people that were looking for that vegan option. We get the opportunity to buy Bar Blend starting December 3rd, and so does anybody that signs up as a coach. So guess who is going to be talking about Bar Blend? Me, right? Because all of those people will get to be in an exclusive group with Elise, and that's a great marketing tool to getting people to sign up as coaches. They want that access to the trainer. So we get that exclusive window. I'm guessing we'll probably also be getting some workouts to do as well. So we'll be able to start using this as teasers. I will start really marketing Bar Blend during those 2 weeks, actually till the end of the year is what I'll be marketing. And then I know that anybody that wasn't quite ready to sign up as a coach can sign up with Bar Blend on the 16th. So from the 16th to the 26th, they can enroll with Bar Blend. So I know that there's a lot, and I gave you a lot of info, but if you just stop and say, well, what do I want to do? And how do I break this down? And you can start actually putting on the calendar things to do to help you leverage this. And this is how we earn that cash for Christmas. We're purposeful and very intentional about what we're putting out there to earn those commissions. All right, Katie, turn it over to you. Do you want me to do this one? Okay.
But I was just going to say too, just, you don't have to do all the things. So if you're looking at the calendar and you're immediately like, oh my gosh, I have to do all of that. Like I can't, like I'm so busy and I have this, be intentional, right? So if you're doing a sale on Friday and then Melanie has one listed on Monday, make it one sale. Like you don't have to do all of it. If you want to do something where it's like talking up Bar Blend, but you want to start your marketing the day that it goes out for coaching, like you don't have to do everything. You can still be incredibly intentional and find amazing results without doing all of the things.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
Just wanted to mention that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let me give you some sample posts, and I will put the disclaimer on here that these are not things I would post on my grid. Okay. These are like circa 2015. And actually that one was 2018. And that one on the left, far left, I put in a Facebook group, and it was a training group that I ran that I found when I was doing some research this morning. But you can see November 26th, this was right after Thanksgiving. I did the 3-day refresh. And I talk about it. So this is a great marketing tool. Buy the refresh. I actually needed to buy it today, actually, and I forgot. But I'm going to get it. I'm actually probably going to get 2, one under Matt's account, one under mine. And we will have refreshes to do after Halloween and after Thanksgiving, because I know that when I do it, I market it. I literally take a picture on the scale, day 1, day 2, day 3, talk about it in my stories, take people through the process, show them the transformation, how I feel, why I did it. And then I tell people to drop a message or drop their email if they're interested in this detox. So this is a great thing to do. It's a great marketing. I have always leveraged this and had good success with that. All right. Now, the one in the middle, this is where we're going to talk a little bit more about this Cash for Christmas promotion, but see, this is that financial question. Absolutely. If you do this with your downline, if you have downline coaches, and we're going to talk about this promotion, if you do this, if your coaches are earning money, you should be shout them out. You're so proud of them that they've earned $500 towards their holiday gifts. You've earned $500 towards your holiday gifts. Proud coach moment, right? Where you're talking about that. This would be definitely something I would be sharing in my stories, is people as they are accomplishing their goals too, because you want to show people what is possible that are following you. far right is actually, I walked into Target, and that was the one. This is actually a coaching business opportunity call. So yes, we will definitely have one of these scheduled. It's not on the calendar yet, but you can see I leveraged the Cash for Christmas as a recruiting tool. I wanted people to understand that they don't have to go get another job. They could sit on their couch or at a coffee shop or in the parking lot while their kids are at, basketball practice, and they could be creating an income from anywhere that they have access to the internet. And so this is a great opportunity to do a business opportunity call. Oh, here we go.
So just a couple of reminders. Use it to your advantage. So you're a product of the product. Continue to share your transformation journey. This was a 3-day refresh post that I talked about. I did it right after, I think it was Thanksgiving last year was this one. And so I talked about the detox. I talked about the plant-based, how it made me feel and how I had more energy and how I was able to lose a couple pounds. Yes, but I was really able to cook the sugar, kill the sugar cravings. I'm sorry, after 9 o'clock, I swear my brain stops working. So I do that. And then even tonight, these were my stories just from this evening. And I'm leveraging Cash for Christmas. Why? Because I know that this is something that people want to know that they can actually make money doing. And so I am going to talk about like my first goal as a coach and how now my goal is really to help new coaches start to make their first Cash for Christmas through coaching opportunity as well. Did a little poll on the bottom and basically said, let me know if this is something that you want to know more about. And I shared the slides. I actually went through the slides and was like, these are like the things that I'm going to be talking about with my organization this evening. You could do the same exact thing and talk about like how you're so excited. You've set your income goal for the holiday season, but you also are really honored because you get to invite 2 people to come into the coach training with you. Mm-hmm. And then when you say it that way, it's the pressure like of having to train them to do it is off of you because you're going to be doing it right alongside them being trained by your upline. So this is just another way to not just talk about Cash for Christmas for you, but also showing other people just how possible it is. And then if you want to go to the next slide, Melanie, I think that this is just a couple of other things. Be creative, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the roundtable, one of the groups that we're a part of, they mentioned, 3-day refresh cleanse with Peppermint Shakeology. November 1st, it goes on sale right after Halloween. What a cool idea. The Duo Pack is coming out. You're actually going to save 10% when you put them together. And they promise that this time around you are not paying anything more than $6.95 in shipping. Thank the Lord. That was the worst. So you will not be like crushed with the shipping this time, but you can also save 10% as well. So that's also going to be available. So just thinking creatively, think outside the box, think about ways that you can pair things together, think about things that you can share with your challengers. And then lastly, because Melanie and I know how hard you work and your upline knows how hard you work, we are going to be doing this again. I know that I am doing it with KB coaches. Melanie is doing it with her PS coaches. And if we are not one of your uplines, reach out to your upline and ask them if they'll be doing the Cash for Christmas incentive. So if you want to scroll down so we can share that with them. It's really simple. It's fun and it's easy to do and it keeps you accountable. It's just what Tony Robbins talks about. Where you're focused or where your energy goes, or where focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're focusing on creating cash for income, that's where your energy is going to go. And when your energy goes there, you start to think creatively. When you start to think creatively, you start to move creatively. When you move creatively, people are drawn to that. And so the Cash for Christmas is going to be a goal that you set for yourself. And there is no limit for how many times you can win. But you can earn $500 in commissions, right? Just like Melanie and I talked about, that was our very first income Christmas goal. We both earned over $2,000 doing it. I earned a little bit under, I think. I think I earned a little bit under.
You were at
$2,000. That was with everything. I think it was $1,800 total. But you remember too, this is just commissions. So I want to be clear on that. I don't care if you are a 15-star diamond, a 2-star diamond, a 10-star diamond. Everybody can earn the same amount because this is just on commissions, meaning your personal sales. So what you personally sell. Every time you bring in $500 in commissions, you're going to receive a $15 gift card as a great job from us. So this is the Cash for Christmas incentive, which means you need to print it out. You need to have your vision of where you want to go, and it's time to get to work. So Melanie, if you want to close it out with sort of a call to act for them, I think that this is it, because it's the season now. Like, we're ready to go. Like, this is ready to start, right?
So we're going to start this officially on November 1st. Will be day one. And you'll be responsible for printing that. And then, you know, in the prospective team pages, I know for me, I know for Katie, I think we're kind of on the same page where we'll just post it in there. And then once you get it, you will actually comment underneath with your picture all X'd out. And then that's how we'll know to send you that gift card. But here is the bottom line, guys. You know, this is a powerful, powerful time of year. This is the time of year where you really set yourself apart from the pack. This is the time of year where you actually, the work that you do now builds this momentum for 2020. And every year as we lean into November and December, we just see this growth. We see this sense of community grow, and we just see people accomplish goals that they never thought possible. But everything is a choice. So what we want you to do tonight is we want you to make the choice to spend some time before you close out this call and go back to your normal life. And I want you to write out your vision. I want you to get out a sheet of paper, and I want you to get messy with it. How do you want your holiday to feel? What are the memories you want to create? How is this business gonna help you create that holiday that you just are going to remember for the rest of your life, that is going to create these amazing memories? I want you to write it out. If you have to print pictures and make another vision board for your holidays, do it. Put it in a place where you are going to see it every day. Read it back to yourself. Feel it, visualize it, close your eyes and visualize the people you want to be surrounded by and what you're doing, how you're feeling emotionally, physically, what is your health like, and just feel it. And that is what you're going to read before you get to work. That is what you're going to read before you go to bed at night. That is what you're going to look at before you press play on your workout. You are going to be reminded that the work that you do here at Beachbody, the money that you earn, it is creating this life for you. But it's also giving people hope that are watching you too. And it's incredibly powerful. And you have no idea the lives you can change by you leaning in and doing the hard things. So I hope you guys will take the challenge. I hope you guys will get on board and do the Cash for Christmas promotion with us and make this our most successful holiday season ever. All right? Okay, that's it. It's time to get to work.
I'm excited.
I am too. Is there any questions?
No, but I hope that Michael Steven Ersta has to shell out lots of gift cards. Just like your husband. He's going to be so thrilled about that.
He sure is. He sure is. I love
it.
I did. I warned him that it was coming. Every year it happens.
It's so good. But it's such a good motivation too. And it's so cool. It's like this little, like, what is it? Like, you get this little, like, little drip of, like, what is it called?
Serotonin, right? It's like your positivity.
It was like endorphin.
Oh, endorphins. Okay.
I don't know, but it gets really, like, when you can check that box off, you're yeah. Yep. This makes me feel so lovely. I can't wait.
It sure does. I like to check off a good box. Do you? All right, guys. It is 9:58, and there is not much left in my brain this evening.
Nothing.
I am cooked. So I hope you guys have a great night. We just are so grateful that you came out to the call this evening. We've recorded, so we'll get it posted. We'll get our calls to action shared so we can all, I want to see your visions. Like, I really want to see what you want to create this holiday. Tell it in detail, because I like to visualize what you want to achieve. That drives me as one of the leaders. I know it does for Katie too. Mm-hmm. That we love that. We want to be a part of the goal with you.
So excited.
All right. Okay, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.